The nice thing about ADT, as we always say, we're always there. We're there 24/7, 365 days a year, and we're always there for you. And we got into this whole extending past being protection company into really connecting you so you can understand exactly what's going on in that home. You know, if mom gets up in the morning, you're alerted on that. You know that she's okay, that she's eating her meals, all those different things you go forward. And I think that's really important as you now have that burden in many cases of really being that caregiver for your mom or your dad and everything else. And that really even makes us feel better as a company that we can even enrich not only their lives, but enrich your lives.
I always have the right answer for any question any caregiver ever asks me. Not personally, don't do it in person. But if you email me, write me, Pinterest me, mimeograph me, mail me, remember the thing with the stamp and then click there, and ask me a question about caregiving. I'll ask you one question, and that will lead to the best answer you'll ever find. And that is, what's your zip code? Because then I'll connect you with going to the great Google machine in the sky. I'll connect you with the Area Agency on Aging in your community. And you guys have a brilliant Area Agency on Aging in this community, Palm Beach Treasure Coast Area Agency on Aging. And when you're refused any benefits from anybody, anywhere,
I'll take you to court.
and I'm not messing with you, you look them in the eye and you say, I'm a fearless caregiver. Darn right.
With people that are isolated and they're losing control of what they used to control in their life. Communication is everything. The Captel caption phone is a tool, but it's a really good tool and just a great resource that I want you all to know it is a free service. The phones are available at no cost. So for any loved one that is still communicating, they're still talking, they still have the ability to hear what they can hear, maybe read what they're missing. The phones are all amplified up to 4 times louder than a regular phone. You can control the tone. We know making it louder doesn't make it clearer. You can also read what's being said.
What are we? What do we do? We are the gateway for long-term care services. So seniors, persons with a disability, and caregivers would call us with their questions about, you name it, whatever it is, we're going to try and find a solution for you. Our real niche is we manage the publicly funded dollars, the Older American Act dollars. Some of you may follow. The legislature just reauthorized the Older Americans Act. That's the best news for most people sitting in this room. That's a lot of money coming in for assistance for people in their homes, home-delivered meals, emergency alert buttons. We also manage the Medicaid long-term care dollars. We help people get through that eligibility process. And there's also some general revenue dollars that come in to help people in the state.
One of the problems is waking up one day and not having enough money to live on. And unfortunately, we are living too long. I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek because I plan on never dying. That's my rule. I tell my clients, never die and I'll never retire. So the point is, how do you plan for that? Well, you have to sit down with someone and do it. And it costs nothing to get advice. So that's why it's important to start doing something no matter what age you are. I have people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s as clients, and 50s and 40s and so on. People have to start planning, and if they don't, they wake up and it's too late.
These drugs wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you guys. You're the reason we're able to put them on the market, and you're giving us the chance to get you new and better technologies to try and treat the underlying disorders that we manage in our office. So we need these studies. We need them to figure out something new. We have a variety of different studies in our office, ranging from pills to infusions that target the different proteins that build up in the brain for these different diseases. So right now for our studies with regards to Alzheimer's, we have an infusion study that's targeting the tau and the amyloid plaques that build up in the brain, as well as some pills that can work similar to a Namenda or an Aricept.
Okay, so let me tell you how it works overall. When your loved one goes into a hospital setting for whatever diagnosis. Once they're being discharged, where is discharged to home into a rehab. Usually majority of everyone goes into a rehab. So the plan is, once a member leaves the hospital, goes into a rehab facility, the attending doctor, of course, will see them. Usually whatever the doctors write from the hospital follows them into the rehab facility. So say if the member was agitated in the hospital, those orders usually will follow them into the rehab. The rehab facility will do a psych consult for a psych doctor to come and evaluate them. And then based on their evaluations, they get care and things like that. But it's whatever the doctors write, their plans, that's what follows.
Also now we have a grant to do caregiver training, which has been really great so far. Our next one is in August. We still need people to sign up. You can sign up at the front, and they teach you things like self-care, what to do when the person you're caring for is mistreating you, how to better care for them, because you can't change what's happening to them, but you can change how you're dealing with it.
Every single veteran at the VA does have a primary care social worker, whether they are aware of it or not. Even if they are not registered with a primary care clinic, there would still be a social worker that can provide services to that veteran. The only stipulation is you got to be registered at the VA. If you want services like home health care, skilled care, you have to see your VA provider at least once a year, because that's the person that would certify that you need those services. But again, I cannot reiterate enough, even if you don't need it now, if you know a veteran, if you are a veteran, get enrolled in the VA healthcare system now, so when that time comes, you're already linked up, and all you got to do is make a few phone calls to get your services started.
Whoever the executor is makes a decision, and there's no question. So time, money, and honestly, heartache. You have no idea how many people we have come into our office, and the brother and sister are fighting, or the brother and sister are just mad at each other because they think they were slighted because mom didn't leave them what she said they did. And she simply put it in writing, met with us once, drafted her will. There's a lot less family strain.
We can remotely unlock the doors, even mom. My mom, I had her set up that she had a scooter and a lift chair, and it was tough for her, so when her in-home nurse came to the door, it took her 20 minutes by the time she got out of her lift chair, got into her scooter, got to the front door, unlocked the door, and she wanted to make sure she was secure. With our solution, she can look right on her phone or her iPad or whatever device she uses and see as my nurse is at the front door, and a push of the button, the door locks. The garage door opens. I can turn on and off lights. I can change the thermostat.